All right, we're live, Kyle.
All right. Good morning, guys. Kyle here again with today's podcast. Always with Mr. Eric Streeter. Eric, how you doing this morning, bud?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Cool. So, what's before we dive into today's topic? What's going on with Rebel and Last, man? Anything that you want to share this morning?
In the past few days, we haven't done anything too crazy, but we did the shirts for you at the gym here. It's kind of like we formed a little partnership. We didn't really talk about it a whole lot
Right.
because our focus at Rebel and Last has always been we're doing our thing. I've had people ask me to do stuff, but then we started the podcast, and I was like, send me your logo.
Yeah.
And
was this a fluke?
well, no, that was I want to try this because
Yeah.
I like how your logo has the little 3-dimensional, and we have kept it real simple. Dark color shirts with white print, just the slogans, motivational stuff. Uh, just keep it simple and easy
Yeah.
because we're learning as we go, and it's been a process. We won't get into that. That's another story for a whole nother podcast outside of this. But no, and I had those made, and when you get it back, I looked at it. I'm like, it looks okay, and then we put it on the shirt, and I was like,
And it was
wow,
awesome.
yeah, it looks great. So I dropped one off for Kyle, and he sends me. He takes a pic of the shirt and he sends it to me. Then the phone rings, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Kyle's calling me. Usually we just a quick text and then we BS when we're at the gym. And he's like, no, this is a phone call. He's like, it looks really good, and I'm like, well, good, because I was really pleased with it too. So just doing some stuff, furthering our relationship and what
Absolutely.
we do here.
And the shirt was cool, and that was why I called him. It's like, dude, I can't just text all of this out on the phone. And some of y'all have already came up to me and asked me about this shirt that are interested in them. So we do have them here at the gym. We have sizes small through double
Through
XL,
3X.
3X. So we do have an inventory here at the gym. The plan is to take them and organize the shelving where we keep the supplement samples and put them on display out there. So a few of y'all have already asked me for the shirts. What we'll do is I have Eric's Venmo. So if you're interested or if you want a shirt, come get with me, and then I will give you the Venmo account for Rebel and Last, and you can Venmo them the $20. Which I've talked to plenty of people, and they're like, $20 is a steal. I don't have any issue paying.
If you go on our
that.
site, you'll see our prices are extremely reasonable. We're really just trying to get our name out there, and it's not about making money. I mean, we need to make a little money so we can reinvest into that side of the business,
Yeah,
and grow it. But we also want to keep things local and give back to the community once we get rolling a little bit better.
And we're getting way off, but that's okay, man, because this is a good topic, man. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of our members, a lot of our listeners that are small business owners, so they understand. They know what it
Right.
takes, to get out there and start your own thing and get it rolling. What was one of the things, because you'd already had Rebel and Last going, but why did you decide to approach me and try to go that route?
Well, I started it. I've always been a gym rat.
Yeah.
Always kept myself in decent shape. I did a couple amateur shows way back when I was in college. And I just have always liked the fitness, bodybuilding, powerlifting scene, athletics, all of that. So I started it with the idea of I need to connect with like-minded people, just because surround yourself with familiar people and life's usually fun.
Yeah, buddy.
And I kind of thought along the way, if I could get a young pro bodybuilder to wear our stuff, that would help spread the word.
Yeah.
Or somebody at a gym or whatever, just start getting stuff out.
Yeah.
And then come to the gym, find out Kyle competes at least once a year. And I'm like, this is like the perfect relationship. And then he mentions doing the podcast, and I'm just like, this is perfect. I don't necessarily need a pro bodybuilder. I just need somebody that has the same
mindset
Yeah,
as you.
Yeah. Exactly. And we do. We both understand hard work. I've started businesses from the ground up like you did here and built them. So I believe in strength in numbers to some degree. I don't want 10 people involved, but
Right.
it was just a natural fit.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%, man. So Rebel and Last, go check out their website. What's the website? Is it rebelandlast.com?
Rebelandlast.com will take you to our online store.
Cool. And then if you are interested, which again, I know that many of you are because you've asked, come get with me. We do have the shirts already here in the gym.
And these shirts, the gym
these
shirts,
are cool, man.
Are exclusive here at the gym. They're not on our website.
They're not on the website. They're here. The material is fantastic. It's something that you will stay cool in, that you'll want to work out in. And, you know, I know that all of our members are proud to be a part of this community. So we would be proud to have y'all, or honored to have y'all wear and support the gym and Rebel and Last out on the streets of McKinney as well. So
we appreciate it a lot.
Go check that out.
And
absolutely.
We have limited numbers and sizes made already, but we do basically print on demand. So
a couple days, right, Eric?
Yeah, like the most you'll wait is 2 days.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on vacation, which I don't have coming up anytime soon. And even in those cases, we try to ramp stuff up.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
Yeah, if you ask for something and Kyle's like, oh, I sold the last one of those, we'll have one here in a day or two.
Yeah. So cool. Anything else on your end before we jump in?
No, let's jump into the fun stuff.
Well, before we do it, I do also want to talk about the things that are going on here at the Iron Rack. So we had a new member join the team, so to speak. Or a couple of them. I did a horrible job in introducing one of our new trainers, Terrell Collins. You probably have seen him in the gym in the later parts of the day. Terrell was a linebacker at the University of Arkansas and has been in personal training now for quite some time. He really enjoys working with youth athletes, the same as Chris. But if you see Terrell, say hi to him. You can't miss him. He's a big dude. Looks like he used to play linebacker for the University of Arkansas. And then the second person that we've had join the team here in the last couple of weeks, Miss Christina Crumpton. Christina is a sport masseuse. She did some work on Megan on Friday, and Megan said it was fantastic. I think Christina has already picked up 4 or 5 new clients that are gym members just within the last couple of weeks of being here. The few that I've spoken with said that she is legit. So that sport massage, Cairo, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago,
right?
Sleep, all of that falls into proper recovery, which ultimately, if you're working on being a better, you being better, growing your body, whatever the goal is, all of those things come in place. So come see Christina and see what she can do for you.
Yeah, I've seen her around.
Yeah.
So I actually chatted with her when they were getting everything ready, getting set up that
her husband.
Weekend. Yeah. So super nice people.
Cool. So we're going to dive into today's podcast. Topics today are nutrition, myths, and facts. So we're going to talk about carbs. Are they good or are they bad for you? Does eating fat make you fat? You need to eat protein immediately after a workout. Detox diets and cleanses. Are they necessary for all health? And then should you avoid late night eating? Are you a late night eater, Eric?
Not nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I'm better. I drink a lot of water late at night.
Late night eating for me is when I get home from the gym at 8:30 and it's been a long day and I still got one meal to squeeze in. So I'm eating at 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night before I hit the bed.
Right. You got to get those calories.
Yeah. Well, so we'll dive into that, man. So
that's awesome. So, and this is funny because we were talking about things that we scrolled across in the last few days, but biggest myths out there, one of them is carbs are bad for you and you should avoid them, especially if you want to lose weight. Is that true?
The answer is no. That is not true. Okay, so there's 2 different types of carbs. You got a complex carb and a simple carb. Your simple carbs are made up of fruit, sugars. They are like a single molecule source. Very easy to break down once they hit the bloodstream, but will create, sorry, it's still early in the morning, huge spikes in your blood sugar. So, like for me personally, I'll give you an example of when I do like to use them.
I was hoping this
Orange
is where you're going.
juice. Orange juice is a simple carb. So when I'm not cutting or prepping for a show, dude, I love orange juice like before a workout. So like if I'm having an early morning workout at 5, 6 a.m., last thing I want to do is wake up and eat a bowl of oatmeal or something like that heavy and wait for it to digest. So I will actually wake up and have a glass of orange juice to give me that quick boost of energy and some sugar in the muscles, so to speak, to fuel the workout when I get in here and get going.
The simple sugar breaks down quick and gives you that boost of energy.
Absolutely.
It's better than coffee, caffeine, like, because it's like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
If you don't go in that moment, that's when it can become a bad carb.
Yeah.
Because then your body doesn't burn it and stores it as
Fat. Yeah.
So,
and I'm not suggesting that you go out and you go out. I was looking at Eric when I said that, but that you go out and eat a box of donuts before you decide to come into the gym. I've heard some people do that, man. That maybe it works for them, but you know, for the average person, probably not so much.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if it's my workouts are in the afternoon.
Yeah.
If I've had a long day and I haven't ate the best, and I'm like, man, I need something, I'll even go to the extreme of I'll drink a Mountain Dew,
dude,
on the way from the house to the gym.
Yeah.
The simple sugar, it's horrible for you, but it gives me that insulin boost, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to go.
So
now you get 30 minutes into that workout, and it's like, ooh.
Do you crash pretty hard?
To some degree.
Not like mentally, but like your body physically, because you're already in here pushing and driving, and
you burn that sugar up quick, and then you don't have the gas in the tank.
Yeah.
So then you either gotta drink another half a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Or go with the flow, and maybe then sometimes what I will do, instead of pushing through the last few sets of, especially if they're going heavy, I'm like, well, let's back off 20 pounds and do some reps. Get the reps in, get the work, get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
Especially from a bodybuilding perspective, like at that point, it becomes blood flow, and I'll reschedule that next workout. Okay, we're going heavy.
Yeah, dude. So I like the fact that you used the Mountain Dew. Specifically, because
the original energy drink.
A research paper that I was looking at a while back ago was also saying that athletes, like pro or collegiate level athletes, will do that. It's recommended if you need a quick carb source before training or a practice, to have a Coke or a pop or something like that.
Well,
so he's not crazy. This is a true thing. But again,
I'm not a medical person, but it's no different than people that have blood sugar issues, low blood sugar. What do?
Yeah,
they can drink something like that, or drink a Snickers, or
you
they
drink a Snickers.
I said, or did I say that? I might have. I've had quite a bit of coffee, so I'm on the other. I've been up for a while.
I've tried to catch up, man. I got a pop brewing at home that I'm going to dive
They need that simple sugar to get
to
get to that level of and then they need to eat complex sugars to keep it at the steady level.
Yeah, so that's awesome that you brought that up, man. See, Eric and I are so in sync. We don't even have to freaking
we have to look at our notes
before we even start. So we do have a couple members and a couple of clients now that I've picked up that are diabetic, type 2. Really doesn't matter if you're type 1 or type 2. So
you still got to manage it.
Absolutely. So, sugar for a diabetic, please, dude, I'm not a medical person, so I may butcher this. Y'all beat me up and you can leave comments. That's cool. That's what this is all about, is good conversation.
We would love comments.
Absolutely, we would. But it's those complex carbs that you want to make sure that if you're diabetic, that you're really focusing on. Yes. Because they take longer to break down. They're more sustainable. You're going to get more out of it throughout the day. So it is good when somebody's having a drop in their sugar, if you're diabetic, to have that simple carb real fast
to get you where you need
to get it up. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's important for all of us, whatever you're health-wise, diabetic, not diabetic, to have those simple, those complex carbs involved, so that way you get that sustaining, long-lasting energy.
Right.
And it comes from more nutrient dense foods, potatoes, rice, pasta, things that are actually going to help you stay full and that you're
Oatmeal.
going to get freaking more out of throughout the day, anyways.
Yes.
So, yeah,
No, that was great.
that was good,
We
dude.
kind of hit. I think we hit. I don't know if we hit all of it, but we hit a lot of it.
Yeah, real fast, man. We were talking before we started the podcast, um, and I think we debunked the myth that carbs are bad for you. You said you gained a couple pounds. Eric is on a diet right now. He's not on a diet.
I'm watching what I eat.
He's wanting to trim down a little bit.
I've cut some bad calories out. I cut out most all alcohol except for like twice a month. I'm having a couple drinks.
Okay.
And I'm typically a weekend, Friday, Saturday, might have a couple drinks on Sunday. I've cut it down to like every other Saturday I have a couple drinks. If I feel like it. Sometimes I'm like, but I've cut out bad carbs. I'm eating a little more salad. Those of you that know me know that I don't eat very much salad.
Yeah.
But and just eating lean protein sources, and rice and vegetables.
Well, what was
Potatoes.
your weight when you started?
252.
252. And this morning
This morning I'm just shy of 243.
Okay. So
now, 4 days ago.
How long? Okay.
4 days ago I was 240.
Yeah.
So I'd lost 12 pounds in 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. That's
the first 10 pounds are usually the easiest if you've got some weight to lose.
I would agree with you.
Let's not mislead.
No. But it's doable. So like if you're carrying around extra weight,
and at 252, I carry it around. People are like, when I tell people, they're like, you don't look like you
no,
that
you
much,
don't, man.
typically.
I wish you would have did an InBody test to see what your actual body fat percent was before you freaking started this, dude.
Well,
because that would have been cool.
We could still do it now. But anyhow, I got down to 240, and I knew at that point, okay, now it's going to get a little harder. And then we've gone out to eat twice in the last 3 nights.
Yeah.
Went saw my son. I had some chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes last night. And I'm like, I mean it all. And I knew, when I got up to get on, and I'm like, I'm going to check my weight in the morning. And I knew I was going to be up a little.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fine. I just, refocused, made my coffee this morning, had my yogurt, and I'm like, okay.
Most of the weight that you're carrying around, really, the additional, just from you going out and eating last night, isn't really, it's not extra fat. It's just inflammation and water retention on the body from introducing that food back in that he hasn't had for so long because he's been eating cleaner, watching what he eats.
And it's restaurant food. Who knows how much sodium was in it that's going to help you retain water.
In 3 days, after being back on your routine, it's going to fall right back off. That's a conversation I have with a lot of members or a lot of clients when they come in and they're like, so they're upset because
you put the couple pounds back on.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, step on the scale in 3 days. I promise it's going to be right back where it is. Now you can't go out and eat chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes
again
7 days in a row. That's going to be a different story. But if you hit it once a week or once every 2 weeks, which I always recommend to everybody, man, call it a cheat meal, call it a refeed, a reward, whatever you want to. But if you're truly, if you're eating healthy, there's nothing wrong with having that meal once a week. It's not going to kill you. It's probably going to actually help you stay more motivated to stay on target because you're satisfying that urge or that crave.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
It's kind of good mental health.
Yeah,
from the food standpoint. Like
now, we were talking, and this is interesting. I really like this topic. Nutrition is my passion. Now, with your loss to date, your weight loss to date, were you doing any kind of measuring of food, or is it strictly just changing some of the choices and eliminating a few choices?
I have strictly just changed choices.
Cool. I didn't know that's what he was. I was hoping that's what he was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured you'd say
no.
Because I am not training to get to 7% body fat, or I'm using the scale as a tool to measure. Okay, I'm headed in the right direction. The biggest tool for me is the mirror.
Cool. No, really, that was what I was hoping
The
you were
mirror
gonna
and
say.
how I feel.
So I think that there's a couple ways that people should look at it, man. Because, dude, because of social media,
Ugh,
you know,
yeah,
even myself and even you, we have this conversation. You know, we look at fitness and health as in different ways. Like, I have body dysmorphia like no other.
I
You
do
know,
too.
that's why I said that. I know that we both do because of the conversations. Which, if you broke our numbers down and we went to the doctor, we are health wise, body wise, probably healthier than the majority of, I hate to say this, most men in America that
In
are
our
our
age
age.
groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But as long as you don't have to weigh your food if you're trying to be, if you're just wanting to be healthier, just make good choices. Healthy grains, lean proteins, fruits and vegetables, healthy dairy products.
And
And
just,
you can make a lot of gains just off doing
I
that.
think what most of us can do, and what I have done, uh, tonight we're making pot roast. We haven't had one in a while. I'm like, that sounds kind of good. So it's going to be lean beef, potatoes, carrots.
Which are both really good for you.
Yeah, and there's going to be a little fat in there. But when I'm not caring about my weight,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back for seconds and I'll have a
Sure.
whole second plate. Tonight I'll have one plate and I'm done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just,
Portion control.
it is. And you know, the majority of people in this country, there's two things that when people talk to me about what I say, listen, you want the blunt, Eric? It's easy. You got to do this.
Yeah.
Push yourself away from the table. Don't reach in the cookie jar.
Put the fork down.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's not rocket science. And don't cheat yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And well, I am, Eric, but I'm still. Well, then you're reaching in the cookie jar. You're just not recalling it because it's become so habitual
Yeah.
that you don't even think about it.
Or you're reaching in the cookie jar several times throughout the day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because
I mean,
what if you're eating right, one treat a day, again, if you don't have a specific weight goal that you're trying to hit, one treat a day is not going to kill you.
Exactly.
Meaning, you know, one cookie a day won't
it's
hurt
not going to kill
anybody.
you.
But if you're
7 a day, it's not going to work for
probably the vast majority of everybody. So
yeah.
that's
I mean,
cool, dude.
Yeah.
Good topic, Eric. I like it, man. All right, buddy. So what do you think, dude? Let's talk about fat. Does fat make you fat? What's your thoughts on that, dude?
No.
Okay.
Now there's good fat and there's bad fat.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of things that have fat in them, and there's some of the really healthy fats that I don't like.
Like what? Tell me.
I don't like avocados.
You weirdo, dude.
My wife's. I'm like,
from up north, man.
but I love cottage cheese. We've talked about this
Oh.
before. I know, but and I like the I don't buy the low fat. I want
Yeah,
I grew up on a dairy farm. We used to make butter.
He ate the cottage cheese straight from the curd. He took the curd
We used
off
to
the
make
top of
our
the
own
milk and just
Well, we
ate
used
it.
to make butter out of the cream off the top
Yeah.
of the boat tank.
Man, I bet that was delicious, dude.
Man, yeah. Just, but anyhow,
Sorry,
that's but it's also a good protein source.
Yeah.
Of slow absorbing protein. We've talked about this before.
Mhm.
What it's casein protein.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love cheese. All cheese.
Me too. I really do. Cheese is honestly is in my regular diet when I'm not competing.
Now,
I hate it when I have to cut it out, dude, because I'm a cheddar cheese stick kind of guy because they're just easy to have and grab and take it out of the wrapper.
Yep.
Back in the day when I was a kid and my mom used to keep the big block of cheese in the fridge, dude, I'd get the butter knife and go cut a freaking hunk off, man, and and chow down, dude. So I hear you.
Dude,
I'm a cheese fanatic.
I will cut half the block into pieces and just pick them up and walk away and eat them.
Yeah.
But
cheddar, sharp, mild, all of it.
All of it. Sharp is my go-to for. But anyhow, yeah. But all of it. If Erica buys Baby Bell at Costco, I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to eat some of those.
Oh no, without a doubt, dude. That's a given.
But and then now the good fats I do like. I love salmon.
Yeah.
Grilled
Oh,
salmon is that's probably my primary source of good fat, if you want to go that route.
absolutely. Um,
Bad fats.
well,
I like bacon too.
but is that really bad?
Well, and I think you can look at studies that will say no, it's not. Studies that will say yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's too much of anything is too much cottage cheese ain't good for me.
Yeah.
Right? Too much cheese isn't good
Yeah.
for me. A little bacon probably not bad for most folks.
Um,
A little bit of uh, a beef steak that's got some fat on it, a T-bone with some fat.
yeah.
I like that, but I probably shouldn't eat it 7 days a week, and I don't.
I'm trying to think, like, when they say, when we talk about bad fats, I guess we're talking about like trans fats,
The processed
oils.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
so I
don't
like
have.
cheese. The single slices that are
Yeah.
convenient for your grilled cheese. That's probably the worst fat in the cheese world, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Yeah.
the manufactured processed stuff is probably the worst stuff for you.
So right now in prep, my main source of fat right now is the condiments that I use on my food, which are real low. It's only like 4 grams of fat per serving. So I choose like really low fat condiments.
Dressings and mayo or whatever.
Yeah,
super low fat,
my sugar-free creamer that I use in my coffee because it's higher in fat. Because if you don't have sugar, they use more
They
fat
use
to make
fat
up
to
flavor.
Yeah,
And then my peanut butter that I have at night.
but that's good fat.
No, I know. That's exactly. And
The good fats and oils
I'm
you need.
probably having probably 4 to 6 tablespoons of peanut, like more than what I have figured in to my daily allowance.
Cheating a little, huh? That's why.
But it's like
that's why I see him
that
over here doing
first one-
cardio the other days, leaning
right.
over, and I'm like, oh, I'm not talking to him right now. He's not happy. He's paying
Man,
for
what's that
He's
peanut
paying
butter?
for them
Exactly,
extra 2
dude. Like, man, I
tablespoons.
got to burn 400 extra calories from eating the extra peanut butter last night, man.
I'm not trying to call you out, but man, you were not looking happy the other day when I saw you over there doing cardio for a bit. I'm like, oh, I'm not
I don't
talking
know
to
if
him right now.
anybody's ever happy doing 50 minutes of cardio, doing more than 10 minutes of cardio. Let's be honest, dude.
Some of you are into running. Some of you are into running. I think y'all are crazy, but they would like that.
Yeah. So, staying on the fat thing real fast.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. There is an essential amount of fat depending on your age, whether you're a man or a woman, body composition that you actually need on a day to day for proper function, brain function, hormonal function,
joint
vitamins,
lubrication, all of that. Yeah.
So you can't or you shouldn't
skin.
Ever really. I'm just gonna cut out all fat. But like, there's a little bit of fat in everything. There's fat in your steak. Well, there's not fat in your vegetables, but you know what I mean. For the most part, you can find little sources of fat that you're like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize that I was getting my fat from that source. But
I wish I liked avocados.
Yeah. So I always eat like we were talking about this before the show. I perform better when I am prepping on more carbs and lower fats. So, but when I cut my fats down, that sport nutrition, that health aspect side of it that I'm talking about, you can't just eliminate all of your fat. You'll start to lose hair, skin issues, brain cognitive function. Everything will start to slip. So I still maintain 40 to 50 grams of healthy fat sources in my daily diet.
Do you do that all with food, or do you use supplements like fish oil?
All food.
Okay.
All food. Meg is really big on fish oil and supplements, and a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it, dude. But the research also shows that if you are eating your balanced nutrition,
natural
or
sources
a balanced diet, you're going to get what you need from your food. Now, maybe not, and I don't cut like for me, a calorie deficit like right now I'm at my lowest, and I didn't even hit this low last year, but this year I'm trying to be leaner and meaner when I step on the stage. So right now I'm at 1,900 calories. I probably won't have to drop below that anymore. So that's still a lot of calories for most people. I might start implementing a one a day, like a men's one a day vitamin, just to
just to
ensure
ensure
that
you're
I
getting.
am getting the
I
micronutrients
take a
that I need.
multivitamin because I know I don't
Right.
like a lot of vegetables.
And
Try
dude,
that.
take a vitamin. What's the worst that's going to happen? Nothing.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna pee it out.
you're covering yourself. It's
Yeah.
kind of like insurance. Better safe than sorry.
Exactly.
So if you're not taking a vitamin and you're eating right, cool, you're probably okay. But if you are taking a vitamin and you are eating right or are not eating right, then cool. You bought that insurance to still make sure that you are getting all your vitamins that you need. So,
And if you're smart and you go to your doctor at least once a year for an annual physical and blood work, your doctor will probably let you know if you need something.
That is that's so true.
Like, and I don't love the doctors, but in the last year I've seen quite a few of them.
Yeah.
but and it took me well into my adulthood to get to where that stuff is important.
Yes, I'm with you. At least one physical a year, go
Two
get
is better
out.
if you can, if your insurance will cover it
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Go get checked out. Have your doc look at you. It's preventative maintenance, the way that I look at it, man.
And if you have decent health insurance, it's covered.
Yeah,
and on almost any of it. So
and dude, let's be real, guys. Come on, man. We want to be around for our families. They rely on us to be there. So I started going routinely when I hit 35. When I turned 35, so for 7 years now, I've gone every year to at least get my annual.
I was in my early 40s, but
Meg was the one that pushed me. She's like, "We have insurance. It's covered through insurance. You might as well.
It's an hour out of the year, is what it boils down to.
And I want to make sure that I'm going to be there for her and the kids. So it's like, shit. Well, why not? So
yeah, because in just all the crazy stuff, like if your blood cell counts are off and they need to do another test, wouldn't you rather catch it early?
No, that's hogwash, dude. Just ride that bad boy out at that point, man.
Yeah.
Hey, no, real fast. Text message this morning. You said something really cool. So I don't want to, do the spoiler, but
Eric's cool.
Dang it, he beat me to it, man.
No, where are you going with this?
With your knee replacement, you were talking about. So Eric, unfortunately, is going to have his knee replaced. To let him touch base on that. But what were you saying this morning about the pounds lost? Is how much pressure off of your joints?
Of your joint. Yeah. When it's related to knees, if you lose a pound, and I'm sure there's a range here, right? But basically they said for every pound lost, it takes 4 pounds off from your knee joint when like walking and doing activity. How does that? Well, it's like physics. Mm-hmm. When you take a step, there's force coming down on your knee, your ankle, your hip. So that force is where you get that 4 to 1.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I've been beating up my body my whole life to some degree. Part of this fitness thing, being a meathead and lifting heavy things, is it can cause wear and tear. But this knee is perfectly fine, and this one, they were like, "Oh."
Not only are you a meathead though, and beat your body up in the gym,
played football, played rugby,
farm boy, grew up on a farm,
baling hay is from
freaking
a little
hard
kid.
labor your whole life. I mean, again, you're a hardworking dude. So I mean, you used your body the way that it was intended to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still do.
Yeah. So that was cool. So I noticed the same thing. Like this year, I got up to about 240 pounds during my bulk, and I carried it well. I was only at like 13.5% body fat at that 240. So it didn't look bad. I wasn't obese.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Okay. Just want to throw that out there for a reference point.
But I noticed when I get that heavy, my feet hurt, my joints hurt, like my knees, my feet, my ankles. And when I start in it, and I've noticed this over the last several years since I really started getting into this vicious cycle that I'm in, where right, eat in a surplus to build muscle and then cut down. But once I start cutting and my weight and my body fat percent starts to get down to 10, I feel so much lighter. The aches start to go away. Yep. It's, so it is like, so if you are carrying around extra weight, even just a little bit, but you're like, man, dude, my legs hurt, my back hurts. That could be a good reason why you're so achy, and even
absolutely.
more
especially
of a reason to eat healthy.
And I think
try
especially
to get some of that
lower extremity aches, ankles,
yes.
knees, hips.
Yes.
And if you're carrying around quite a bit of excess weight, and it's taking a toll. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And
I would love. We should have Wes on one of these podcasts one morning, so he could talk about Wes, Big Wes.
Oh yeah, he's been here for quite a while.
500 pounds down to in the probably 350s now, and he can tell you stories about how much better his bones and everything.
And I think you were talking about you got some newer clients.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen some in here, and I see them putting in the work, and I look at that and I tell Erica, I'm like, that person keeps that up, they're going to feel so much better.
Absolutely.
Like, and chances they're going to feel better physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, I just want to encourage those folks, keep it up.
Yeah.
Like, it will pay dividends.
It will,
in multiple ways.
Just keep the
keep focused, stay dedicated.
Yes, routine. Make it a freaking routine.
Make it
stay on it.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes, stay on it, and it will. One day, you'll wake up and you'll be like, I don't want to go to the gym today, and you'll be like, but I have to.
And then once you get there, everything's fine.
Yes, exactly.
And then you feel better about yourself afterwards.
Yes.
And don't backslide and don't go, I don't want to go today, and then not go. And then not go for 3 days, and then not go for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because then it's real easy to get back to square one.
It really is.
But if you get on the routine, put it in your calendar, however you got to do it, and you do it, whatever it is, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever it is, whatever you do it, you'll probably get to a point where you're like us when we are going on vacation. I'm like, where are we going to be, and where's there a gym? and I used to train 7 days a week for years.
Excuse me.
But I've gone from 7 to 5 to give myself a little break, and it's convenient because I'm out of town a couple nights a week, and I don't hunt for a gym. Those are my off nights.
Do you feel that recovery is beneficial, like working out 5 days a week compared to 7 days a week?
Yes and no. There's weeks when I'm like, I really want to go to the gym, but I've told myself I'm not going to, so I don't.
Yeah.
I think it is, especially on joints, tendons, ligaments, that kind of thing. Give them a little break, because we working pretty hard when we are going at it in here. And my job is physical too. Yeah. So, or at least a big part of it is.
I think listen to your body too.
But I guess where I want to go with that, make it a routine. Do it. You'll get to the point when you're on. Now, when I'm on vacation, we just did an 8-day road trip. In that 8 days, we worked out 3 times. Yeah. So it wasn't my normal. We didn't work out 5 or 6 times, but 3 every other.
You were moving.
But every other or every third day, we were hitting the gym, and just getting basics. It wasn't like it didn't have to. We did a whole body thing all 3 times, in and out. Got a good sweat, felt good, and now I'm like, okay, now I'm focused on vacation. Yeah. I got that. And I can go eat the donut for breakfast. I was on vacation. Yeah.
Dude, every time Meg and I go on vacation, I say, okay, no gym, no workout. And about day 2, I'm like,
need to do something.
Where's the gym? She's like, I thought you were no gym this trip. But she does it to give me a hard time. And she knows who I am. And then who comes to the gym with me? Yeah. Her.
Exactly. So, that's how Erica is with me.
And then you're right. Feel better about the whole trip. And now let's go smash some more food. So
yeah, exactly. And then in a couple of days, we got to go find a gym.
Yep. Absolutely.
We keep saying gym, but we got to do some push-ups, some sit-ups, get a real walk-in. Yeah. Where get the pace up. something.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're on vacation, there might not be a gym available.
Yeah.
If there's not a gym available, push-ups,
Mm-hmm.
crunches, sit-ups, body weight squats, just get some reps in.
Yeah.
Get the heart rate up. You can do something. There's no excuses.
I agree. I agree.
So
on the next topic, protein immediately after a workout, man. I'm gonna come to you and see what your thoughts are, what you do, what you used to do, what you believe now, what you used to believe.
when I was younger, I didn't think about it at all. And if I was going to eat, I ate. If
Yeah.
I worked out and there was going to be 3 hours before dinner, I didn't care. But when you're younger, your body, I think, compensates for you a little bit better.
Okay.
I am a balanced person after working out. Not just protein, but I fuel myself with
whole meal.
Few more carbs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or my go-to as of late is some yogurt, some milk, and some berries blended up.
Yeah.
Maybe a scoop or half a scoop of protein. I don't do very much powder supplement like that. I like eating real food.
Yeah.
But in that instance, sometimes especially on the weekends. Now we've been working out earlier in the day. I don't feel like going to eat a meal, or it's not lunchtime yet.
Yeah.
I have that shake, and then sometimes I skip lunch. But if I'm doing that, then I do put the scoop of protein in there with the yogurt, and I'm doing full on yogurt.
Yeah.
Not low fat, not low. It's got sugar. It's got the protein, and then the berries. I'm really big into the antioxidants of the blueberries and blackberries, the dark fruit. That's my new kick.
Yeah.
And I don't like a lot of vegetables, but everything I've read about the darker fruits, they've got a lot of good things.
Awesome.
So
cool.
That's my go-to now most of the time, especially on the weekends when I know I'm getting a good workout in time-wise. Usually our afternoon workouts during the week, we're going home, and within an hour we're eating dinner.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about that hour.
Cool. You shouldn't. So the old myth was, oh, dude, as soon as you get done working out, you gotta have that protein shake. You gotta feed the muscles so they recover with that fast acting whey protein shake.
Your body's still got to process it.
Your body does have to process it. You're right, but they have found out what they used to call the anabolic window isn't a window. It's a 24-hour door that's like
your body's always open. It never stops. Your heart don't stop pumping.
So
you don't stop breathing.
So here's like the way that I started thinking about it. I was like, huh. So I'm pretty normal in my routine, like as far as working out at 1 p.m. every day. That's what's booked in my calendar. If I can do it earlier, then that's what I do. But I have that time slot X'd out so that I don't book anything and I take care of me. So if I'm working out at 1 p.m. every day that I work out, then I'm continuously eating within that 24-hour.
Oh yeah, he's always got his meal prep in here.
But even for the normal person that's not bodybuilding and just wanting to be healthy, you have a long time after a workout that you can go home and have a good balanced meal with the right fats, proteins, and carbs to really refuel and help your body recover the way that it needs to be. You don't have to immediately have that protein shake to hit the system within the first hour that your workout is done.
Right. No, I agree 100%.
So that one's a big myth.
Yeah.
Big myth. And I would say for the longest time it probably wasn't known to be a myth until they started doing more research on it. And that probably used to really honestly just be the standard. Oh, dude, you got to make sure that you
got to drink that shake or go eat that or
exactly.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then we were like, you know what? Let's do some controlled studies on these and have one group do the shake immediately after, and then another group do it 5 hours later, and then let's see if there's any difference in muscle growth.
And they're
probably all just
kind of results.
Same. Yeah.
No, and when I do the shake on the weekends, it's usually because we're running around doing something, and I know, well, it'd be lunchtime in an hour.
Yeah.
But if I drink this now, this will get me through till dinner. And maybe I might grab a bar, a snack, something to take with me in between then.
I used to be huge on protein shakes, and I don't have anything against them now. I mean, I still think they are a great supplement, especially like you said, if you're on the go when you're hungry, man, have a protein shake. You're not going to go wrong. If you're eating a lot of food and you're not used to it because you want to be in a surplus, then add a protein shake in to help make sure you're getting your protein up. And there are still good research studies that show that whey or a casein-based protein or even a whey casein-based, because of the extended release within the body, is still great for recovery.
Sure.
So you can't go wrong with it. And I used to be really big on protein shakes for that. I was like, oh, I'm going to drink 2 protein shakes a day just so I've got that slow release. But I have found over the last year that as long as I'm getting everything that I need from my food, that I'm okay. You know? So
I'm a food guy for the most part.
Yeah. And everything's like starting to get to the point where it just sounds good. The kids are with their cousin, and their aunt took a picture of them eating donuts yesterday and texted it to us. And I was like, I'm not even a donut guy, but I was like, donuts.
Yeah.
What do you got? What are your thoughts on detox diets, man? Are they necessary for health?
I'm gonna go with yes and no.
Okay.
Overall, I don't think they're a good thing to yo-yo. People do this one, then they do the next one. Like, can a detox diet get you started in the right direction? Yes.
I haven't thought about that.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And I'm weird. And even I told you about I was scrolling and found the gal talking about diets. It's like, your diet's what you eat. And I've always said that. Whether it's good or bad, your diet is what you eat.
Yeah.
And in parts of the world, it's what's available for them to eat.
Yeah.
You go to some of those island places where those people live to be 112 and all they eat is fish.
Yeah.
There's something about the water's super clean there. The fish is super healthy. There's got to be something good in it, right? But that's their sources.
Probably
they don't
also fact that the stuff that they are eating isn't freaking highly processed.
None of it is.
Exactly. Like it is for us here in the States. Even when you go to the grocery store and you buy a cut of meat, dude, it's been processed in one way, shape, or form.
Yes.
There is nothing that we have on our grocery shelves that has probably not gone through some kind of process.
Pretty close to it, yeah. So, now that being said, if you want to go on a keto diet or whatever to get jumpstart things, I think that's fine. But when you look at a lot of these diets, they eliminate whole groups of foods.
Yes.
And I just don't think that is super healthy.
I agree with you, man. Balanced diet all the way. Balanced diet. Make sure, talk to somebody. Make sure that you're that all of your protein, or that you're getting your lean proteins, your carbs, and your fruits and veggies, and you're getting the right balance of it, and you're not overeating. Keto, you brought it up, so I'm going to talk about it. The research that is out there shows that keto can be beneficial for diabetics. Okay?
Yes,
it can be great for diabetics.
Yeah.
Here's the shitty thing about keto for anybody, whether you're a diabetic or you're like, ooh, I'm going to do the keto diet to lose fat, which anybody that I've ever talked to that's done keto puts the weight back on, or it just doesn't last that long. But
back in the day, it was Atkins was like the version of it. I know a lot of people they did that.
It's the same
thing.
They
did that, and it would work.
Atkins.
It would work great. But then a year later, they're putting it back on, or 6 months later, because they became dependent on that to get where they were. And when they reintroduced the other food groups, the carbs and stuff, oh, it's good. I want more.
Yeah.
And then that's when we talked about earlier, we touched on, you asked me, do you measure or do you just change? I just changed. But maybe some folks need to measure
Yeah.
and stick with it.
I agree.
And after you measure for 6 months or a year, you become accustomed to that, and then maybe you don't have to measure quite as stringently because that's what you eat and that's all you eat.
You know, if you're looking for if you're wanting your weight to be at a specific number, if you're a woman and you're 160 pounds and you want to be at 130, then I'm sorry, you need to weigh your food out to ensure that you're staying in a deficit and you're not overeating.
Right.
Because 2,500 calories is very easy to put on your plate and thinking that you're 1,800.
It's not that much. Yeah.
I'm just
No,
throwing that out there. So if you want to hit a specific number, you probably should be weighing out your food. If you're just wanting to be healthy, don't worry about it. Make good choices. Now,
Use
the thing about Atkins or keto, even for diabetics, so a true keto diet is high on saturated fat. Okay, so a calorie of fat or a gram of fat is 9 calories. A gram of protein is 4 calories. A gram of carbs is 4 calories. So the way that a keto diet works is that you're eating less food because it's higher in fat. So you're getting your calorie sort. Yes. But because it's saturated fat, it's hard. It's bad on the arteries. It's bad on cholesterol. So like,
it's bad on your organs.
You may be dropping weight, but internally,
you're not any healthier.
You're doing damage.
Yeah.
Dude, that could lead to heart attack and, several other medical issues.
It's not good for your liver. Your liver filters almost everything that goes through your body.
So
all that fat, people get fatty liver from being overweight and eating too much fat.
Yeah.
Alcohol too. But there's all these factors that you need to think about. Can it help you short term?
Yeah.
To get you on the right path.
Yeah.
But then you got to stay on the right path.
Yeah,
and that's the hardest part.
Thing. The whole thing is about proper nutrition, finding a balance.
Yep.
So like that's what should be done to begin with is find your balance, man.
Yep.
Find your balance.
And if you need to measure.
Yeah.
I mean, measure your weight, measure your waist, measure your food.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes.
Cool.
So
I'll take this one on because we already kind of talked about it. So I know a lot of people like to fast. I'm only going to eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. or whatever.
I know people that do this.
Or you shouldn't eat at night right before you go to bed. It's bad for you. It slows your metabolism down. Some people are just going to feel the way that they feel, like meaning they're going to believe what they believe, and some people just like to fast. So if you like to fast, cool, dude. I'm not trying to change your mind to tell you not to fast. If you think that's what works for you, cool, do it. If you don't like to eat before you go to bed, then cool, don't do it. Megan doesn't like to eat too late at night because she has gastric issues, and so it bloats her and stuff like that. So she likes to try to be done eating by a certain time before she goes to bed. It's not because of any myth that, oh man, if we eat at night before we go to bed, the food sits in our stomach and we don't process it in the body and it turns all into fat. That's BS.
Right.
Calories in are calories in. If you're looking at a freaking overall day, it doesn't matter if you eat, throughout the whole day, you get it all in at one time a day. Now, it'll be easier for digestion if you eat normal and everything is spread out. But calories in are calories in. It doesn't matter what time of day you get them in.
Back to the fasting, my theory on it is how it works for people is they've got this window that they eat, and then they got their bigger window where they don't eat.
Yeah.
It just helps them I passed that time. I cannot eat anymore until tomorrow at this time.
Well, you're right. It's to help control.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the hand in the cookie jar. It helps that.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, well, now
and
I
if
can't
that
put my
works
hand
for
in the
you,
cookie jar.
Great.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's not, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
I like to eat.
Yeah.
When I want to eat.
Exactly. Or when I need to eat to fuel myself because of work. But yeah. but I know it works for people.
Yeah, it does.
So
Absolutely, it does, man. So, but as far as eating before you go to bed, is it bad? Is it not bad? No, there's too much research out there that shows that calories in are calories in. So,
yeah.
eat freely, eat when you want to.
And if you're measuring your food with a goal in mind, and we keep talking about losing weight,
Yeah,
maybe you're a power lifter and you need to gain 10 pounds of muscle
yeah,
so that you can get your next personal best or whatever. Well, maybe you need to eat another meal or a big snack before you go to bed to get your calories in so that when you train the next day, you've got the fuel in your body to make those gains.
yeah. Absolutely, man.
So, the fitness side of this and the health or the gym side of it is there's two sides to this. It's not all, we want to help everybody.
Yes. Yeah, I
And
haven't thought about that
if
today, Eric,
you're
but you're right,
if you're
man.
trying to make gains, like there was a time when I trained kind of like a power lifter. And man, to go from deadlifting 600 pounds to 700 pounds, I mean, that's probably, I got up to 260 pounds, heaviest I ever have been personally. But I was big and I needed that last 10 pounds of body weight to lift more weight.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you watch most of the professional power lifters, they're big, stout dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's 100% healthy, but it's kind of like, I equate it like a car engine. When you get a car engine to 500 horsepower, no problem. But sometimes getting that next 100, it's got to be so much more displacement for it to do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with humans and moving heavy things.
I agree.
So
And I live it, because even when I start to cut for a competition, I lose strength.
right.
When you cut weight, you're gonna lose a little bit of muscle.
Right.
And there's no getting around that. There's no
So
getting around it.
I just want the simple side of it is eating before bed. Maybe you need to. I don't know.
Yes.
Be smart about it.
Yeah. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, dude. Cool.
I'm trying to lose right now, so I don't need to.
So, dude, all right. I'll let you take this just to wrap things up.
Okay.
So, kind of quick recap, pointers. Go for it.
Well, we talked about quite a few things today.
We did.
So I'm going to use our notes so I don't get too far off track. Balanced diet, whole foods, lean proteins, good fats, complex carbs are the best things you can eat.
Yeah.
Now, the complex carbs. If you need a little fuel for a workout, a little sugar isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that at that. Portion control and being smart about what you're eating, how much you're eating. Very important. So we didn't talk about this, hydrated, but
we did not, dude. But
it's all part of the process. Drink lots of water. Now, it's summertime too. Along with hydration, you need, I'm going to make it real simple. You need salt.
yeah,
If
you
you're a sedentary person in office, obviously you don't want too much salt. But those of us work on animals, those of us that work outside and are sweating a lot, that salt's going out of your body. You need to replenish it.
yes.
And from a cognitive standpoint, in a way, I follow some doctors that are like, you should take a teaspoon of salt and put it in your glass of water in the morning before you drink your coffee or anything. Like it can be good for you. If you got issues with it, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying to do that, but I've read a lot of things about it.
Salt is not bad. You're right.
Salt, and potassium, all of that.
Sodium is good.
Sodium.
Your body needs it, unless your doctor, for whatever reason, maybe you have a cardiac issue or something like that.
Then it might not be good for you.
Then if your doctor has said you need to be on a low sodium diet, then don't listen to us. But
right.
But if your doctor hasn't told you that, your body needs sodium. Sorry, big guy. You're right. Go ahead.
No. So, and that's a huge part of hydration.
Yeah.
So now, don't overhydrate. Too much water is not good for you either. It's like anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're sweating and you're active, drink water. Drink some Gatorade. Whatever.
I had a member ask me the other day, how much water do you drink, Kyle? I was like, I don't know, dude. I kind of, probably close to a gallon or a little more a day, just because I'm always so thirsty and I'm moving. But I don't really monitor it. So he was like, so how do you know that you're drinking what you need? Well, simple tip: if when you go pee, if your urine is clear or
You're drinking
slightly yellow,
You're good.
you're drinking enough. If it's dark, drink some more. It is really that simple.
It is.
So,
yep, 100%.
Yeah.
And I can tell sometimes, like on a work day, I'm busy, go,
Mhm.
and I don't drink enough water. Especially, I might drink some coffee, and I'll argue that the main ingredient in coffee is water.
It's water. You still get a little water out of that, dude. You really do, man.
So it's not all bad. But when I get to the gym on those days where I didn't drink very much water, I can tell. I'm like, man, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
And my body just isn't functioning quite as well. So you can, if you're in tune with your body, you can tell. So
I like that. You're right.
And
Listen to your body.
the more active you are and the more you think about that, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, I didn't get enough water today. That's when I'm like, I'm here. I'm like drinking my water bottle, filling it up, trying to catch up, just so that, it affects like sleep and everything.
Yeah, so. Too much water can really throw sleep off. No.
Well, and you know what? I'm horrible. I drink a lot of water at night after dinner.
I do. Me too.
And the older I get, the more I got to get up now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not uncommon for me to get up.
Meg was like, dude,
so
you need to stop drinking water at 5 p.m.
You need to drink it at noon.
She's like, you need to wake up and start drinking it, and then at 5 you need to be done.
She's not. Well, she's spot on.
She's right, because, dude, 4 nights or 4 times out of the night, easily, I'm getting up to go pee because I'm drinking so much water. And the more weight or the more body fat percent I drop, the thirstier I am. But the last couple of days, with her telling me that, I have truly, at 5 o'clock, made a conscious effort to say, okay, dude, I'm done. Now, when I get home and I have that last meal at night, I have an A&W Zero root beer. But like, I cut the water off, and it has helped over the last 2 nights. So
yeah, no, when I do that,
over 40, tip, stop drinking water if you're getting up all night peeing at 5 o'clock. So
that's a good tip. I like that one. I need to do that.
What else? Anything else, man? Let's wrap it up, buddy. That was a good talk today, man.
That was really good.
That was fun.
Kyle's responsible for most of the notes and a lot of the topics today, but it was great. I always enjoy it.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoy it. If you do, give us a like. Give us a
comment. Subscribe, make comments. Eric, what is the? I'm gonna send the link out like I always do. But what's the? What's your YouTube channel?
The YouTube is real simple. Just if you look up Eric Streeter, there's more than one of us that'll come up, but you'll see my ugly mug on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I put it in there. Our motto at Rebel and Last is "Work your ass off." So it's Eric Streeter. I changed it up just a while ago. I should have it in my notes. I think it's Eric Streeter something. Work your ass off. But that's us. That's where we put this out on YouTube.
Cool. Yeah.
But I'll put it on Instagram. Yeah. And it's under Rebel and Last on Instagram, where I put it there, and then I invite Kyle so that it goes to the Iron Racks.
And I send it out to everybody too.
Yeah. So
cool.
See, we're getting better at getting how we do this out there. Which
I know, man.
It's taking us a while,
dude. It's all right. After a year, and
we're amateurs.
We'll really be flowing pretty good, man.
Yeah. So hope everybody's had a great weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. So keep tuning in, and give us all the feedback that you want. So have a great week.
And have a great Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely, my man. Awesome.
Cool.